A lush perennial garden is more than just a patch of flowers. It's a living, evolving canvas that changes with the seasons, rewarding care with an ever-growing display of color and texture. Yet, behind the beauty lies the secret every great gardener knows. Perennials may return year after year, but they only thrive when they're nurtured with intention. Whether you're tending delicate peonies, vibrant coneflowers, or a medley of ornamental grasses, understanding the rhythm of perennial care turns your garden from a simple planting into a legacy that blooms for decades. Perennials, unlike annuals, don't demand a full replanting each year. Instead, they offer gardeners the satisfaction of watching plants mature and expand over time. But this longevity comes with its own needs: seasonal attention, strategic feeding, pruning, and protection. In many ways, caring for a perennial garden is like raising children. You guide their growth, protect them from threats, and give them the environment to flourish. Neglect them, and their health can decline. Invest in them, and their beauty only deepens with each passing year. The first step to exceptional perennial care is knowing your garden's foundation, the soil. Healthy, nutrient-rich soil is the silent force behind every strong stem and vibrant bloom. Over time, even the richest soil can lose nutrients, especially if your plants are heavy feeders. That's why early spring is the perfect time to test the soil's pH and nutrient balance. A well-balanced mix of compost, organic matter, and, if needed, slow-release fertilizers sets the stage for strong root development. Think of it as fueling your plants for the entire season ahead. Without it, even the most resilient perennials can underperform. Spring is also the moment for your perennial's first big grooming session. Dead foliage from last season should be cleared away to prevent disease and allow new shoots to emerge unobstructed. Some plants, like ornamental grasses, benefit from being cut back almost to the ground, while others simply need the brown stems trimmed to make way for fresh growth. This cleanup isn't just about aesthetics, it's about creating space for your plants to breathe, ensuring air circulation, and letting sunlight reach the crown of each plant. As the growing season kicks in, your perennials enter their most active phase. This is when consistent watering becomes critical. Deep, infrequent watering encourages roots to grow downwards, making plants more drought-resistant. Shallow watering, on the other hand, creates weak root systems and makes your plants more vulnerable during dry spells. Mulching at this stage helps conserve moisture, regulate soil temperature, and suppress weeds. Organic mulch, such as shredded bark or compost, not only looks neat but also breaks down over time, adding valuable nutrients back into the soil. Mid-season is also the time for a bit of strategic intervention. Deadheading, removing spent blooms, encourages many perennials to produce more flowers, extending their display well beyond their natural peak. Plants like black-eyed Susans, Coreopsis, and Salvias respond particularly well to this practice. It's a small act with a big payoff, keeping your garden vibrant for weeks longer than it might otherwise. By late summer, the focus shifts slightly. Some perennials may start to tire after months of growth. This is the perfect time to stake tall plants that might flop under their own weight, ensuring they continue standing proudly until the season's end. At the same time, you might also notice that certain plants have outgrown their space. Dividing overgrown perennials not only rejuvenates them but also gives you more plants to expand your garden, or to share with friends and neighbors. Fall is where perennial care takes a thoughtful turn. Rather than seeing it as the end of the gardening season, view it as preparation for next year's success. Cutting back certain plants, adding a final layer of mulch, and protecting tender crowns with extra insulation can all make the difference between plants that simply survive winter and those that thrive in the spring. Hardy perennials may withstand frost with little issue, but even they appreciate the protection against extreme temperature fluctuations. Some gardeners mistakenly believe that perennials don't need much attention in winter, but even dormant plants benefit from periodic checks. Heavy snow can break stems, while ice can suffocate crowns. Gently brushing off excessive snow or adding windbreaks in exposed areas can prevent damage. This extra effort ensures that when the snow melts, your perennials are ready to burst back to life. Beyond seasonal care, one of the most powerful ways to maintain a healthy perennial garden is observation. Walking through your garden regularly allows you to catch early signs of pests, disease, or nutrient deficiencies. Aphids, powdery mildew, and leaf spot can quickly spread if left unchecked. By spotting these problems early, you can act swiftly, whether with organic sprays, improved spacing, or pruning away infected areas before they impact the entire bed. The emotional reward of perennial gardening is unmatched. There's something deeply grounding about watching a plant you nurtured return each year stronger and more beautiful. You begin to recognize patterns, the exact week the irises bloom, the way the daylilies catch the evening light, the hummingbirds that return each summer to feed from the same flowers. Your garden becomes a living calendar of moments, memories, and quiet triumphs. For many gardeners, perennials also carry personal stories. A clump of phlox passed down from a grandparent's garden, a rose bush planted to mark a special occasion, or peonies that bloom faithfully each year on a loved one's birthday. These connections make perennial care more than a task, they make it a form of legacy. Every time you tend your garden, you're not just caring for plants, you're preserving memories, history, and beauty for the future. Of course, perennial care isn't without challenges. Some years bring excessive rain, others prolonged drought. There will be plants that don't survive despite your best efforts, and pests that test your patience. But these challenges only deepen your relationship with your garden. They teach resilience, not just for the plants, but for you as the gardener. With each season, you learn new techniques, refine your approach, and adapt to whatever nature delivers. The real magic of perennial gardening lies in its cycle of renewal. Each year is a fresh chapter, building upon the work of the years before. By investing time and care in the details, soil health, pruning, division, protection, you create a self-sustaining ecosystem that rewards you season after season. And with every returning bloom, you're reminded that your effort is never wasted, it's simply resting, waiting for the right moment to shine again. For anyone considering starting or improving a perennial garden, the key takeaway is this: consistency matters more than intensity. You don't need to overhaul your garden every month, but steady, thoughtful care throughout the year creates extraordinary results. Think of your garden not as a one-time project, but as a lifelong companion, one that grows with you, changes with you, and reflects the care you've given it over the years. In the end, perennial garden care isn't just about plants, it's about the gardener. The process teaches patience, observation, and appreciation for the slow, steady progress that often goes unnoticed in our fast-paced lives. It invites you to step outside, breathe deeply, and connect with something greater than yourself. And when those first blooms appear after a long winter, the sense of joy and accomplishment is worth every moment you spent tending the soil, pruning the stems, and protecting your plants through the cold. So, the next time you step into your perennial garden, see it for what it truly is, not just a collection of flowers, but a living testament to care, dedication, and beauty that grows stronger each year. Because in the quiet work of nurturing perennials, you're also nurturing a piece of yourself, one that will bloom, season after season, for years to come.